This story is about a man who wasn't lazy. He was lost between who he was and who he dreamed of being. And the only thing standing between those two versions of himself was getting out of bed.
The alarm screamed at 6 o'clock a.m. Same as every other morning. Karim reached out from under the blanket, eyes still shut, and silenced it with the practiced precision of someone who had done this 1,000 times. Then he pulled the blanket tighter, shifted onto his side, and told himself the same lie he always told himself. 5 more minutes. An hour later, he woke up in a panic. He was late, again. Not for work, not for school. He was late for his own life. Karim was 26 years old. He had a notebook full of ideas. A small business he wanted to start. A language he wanted to learn. A body he had promised himself he would take care of. The notebook sat on the desk, untouched, gathering a thin layer of dust, the way dreams do when they're left unattended long enough. He wasn't lazy in the way people imagine laziness, some cartoonish figure glued to a sofa. He went to work, he paid his bills, he functioned, but every evening when he came home, something heavy settled into his chest, and all the energy he needed to become who he wanted to be simply wasn't there. He'd scroll his phone until midnight, sleep late, wake groggy, repeat. He called it tiredness. Deep down he knew it was avoidance. The turning point came on an ordinary Thursday. He was sitting with his older cousin Nadia, who ran a small bakery she'd built from scratch over 4 years. He was complaining, as he often did, about having no time, no energy, no momentum. She listened patiently. Then she said something that cut right through him.
Karim, laziness isn't the absence of desire. It's fear wearing comfortable clothes.
He laughed it off. But that night, lying in the dark, he turned the words over and over. Fear of what, exactly? Failure? Looking foolish? Putting in real effort and discovering that maybe he still wasn't good enough? Yes, all of that and more. He picked up the dusty notebook. He didn't open it to plan or to strategize. He just held it and asked himself a single honest question. If I keep living exactly like this, where will I be in 5 years? The answer arrived quickly, and it was not kind. The next morning, he set the alarm for 6 a.m. again. When it went off, he lay there feeling the same old pull. The warmth of the blanket, the weight of inertia, the convincing voice that said, "Not today." But this time, instead of bargaining with it, he counted. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He sat up. That was it. No grand revelation, no surge of motivation. He was cold and slightly annoyed, but he was upright. He made coffee. He opened the notebook. He wrote one small goal for the week. Not a vision board, not a 5-year plan, just one concrete thing. Go for a 20-minute walk every morning for 7 days. That was his only job. The first walk was terrible. His legs were stiff. His mind was still half asleep, and he felt faintly ridiculous walking through his neighborhood in the thin morning light while everyone else seemed to still be sleeping. He came back feeling no different. The second walk was marginally better. He noticed the sky. By the fourth morning, something small shifted. He started looking forward to it, not the walk itself exactly, but what came after. The clarity, the quiet satisfaction of having done something before the day got loud and complicated. He started arriving at work slightly less irritable. He stopped reaching for his phone the moment he woke up. The notebook started filling up. Not all at once, not perfectly. Some mornings he still pressed snooze. Some evenings the old heaviness came back, and the sofa won. But now there was a difference. When he slipped, he didn't spiral. He just counted to 5 again, the next morning, and stood up. 3 months later, Karim hadn't transformed into a different person. He still had hard days. He still had moments of paralysis and self-doubt. But he had done something that once felt impossible. He had started. The language app was open on his phone. The business plan had 3 actual pages written. He ran his first 5K on a cool Friday morning and cried a little, which surprised him completely. He called Nadia to tell her. "I'm proud of you," she said.
But you did that, not me.
"You gave me the line about fear," he reminded her.
You already knew it.
she said.
You just needed someone to say it out loud.
That's the thing about laziness. It rarely lives where we think it does. It doesn't live in the body. The body is almost always willing. It lives in the story we keep telling ourselves about why today isn't the right day, why we're not ready yet, why it's safer to stay under the blanket a little longer. The cure isn't discipline, exactly. It's not willpower either. It's the quiet, unglamorous decision to count to 5 and then stand up. Even when you're cold, even when you're scared, even when no one is watching.